What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we're doing another rebuild, technically a speed rebuild of the New York Giants today. If you don't know what these are basically us getting 10 minutes, unless they're higher than 80 or they get to an 80 or higher, 10 minutes to make trades to make the team quote-unquote better. They're not always the most realistic trades, so if you're more of a realistic rebuild person, we have those on the channel as well. Maybe think about subscribing, maybe like the video. It helps out a lot, okay? I appreciate you just watching. It means a ton in this down time of Madden. It was a down year of Madden as well, just speaking of franchises. Let's not talk about it. But I didn't really feel like the Giants, in my opinion, added enough to do, like, we've already done a Galladay rebuild, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a Galladay, Adoree. I don't think they did enough during the draft, though, for me to make a full rebuild. I think they had a good draft. I think they did pretty damn well, but overall, I didn't think they did enough for us to do one, so we're just going to rock with a speed rebuild, and, we've had some pretty decent success lately. Maybe check some of the other ones out. So realistically, maybe you'll be satisfied enough anyways. Obviously, they made some trades. They did a really good job with the trades, especially knowing that the Bears were moving up for a quarterback. They got immense value from going from 11 to 20. If you compare 11 to 20 recently, I think it was it might have been to 10. Steelers and Broncos, I believe. Like, the Broncos traded back, picked 10, and got 20, a second rounder, and a third rounder, whereas the Giants, they got a full first round pick for next year, which you never know. With the NFC North having a tough division, the division is going to be pretty competitive this year, I imagine, but with the NFC North having a pretty tough schedule this year, you never know. I mean, the Bears could miss the playoffs, get a top 16 pick, and the Giants are balling, and even if they aren't, pick 32, the Bears win the whole damn Super Bowl at this rate. It's a good play. It's definitely a good play. So, you compare the trades, it was a better one this year because they were able to get a little more out of the Bears, knowing that they were trading up for a quarterback. It was pretty obvious, right? As soon as you seen that Bears are on the clock, everyone knew the pick. But, yeah, I mean, we're going to potentially and most likely use that trade or that first-round pick as a trade piece. As far as wide receiver goes, I'm not saying this team necessarily needs a wide receiver, but we might move some guys around. I kind of want to keep Kadarius Toney because I don't think he'll have amazing value, but I think he could be really good in the slot for us. So I think we may actually see a trade of all three of the big names here at wide receiver, and I might even get rid of Evan Ingram and just keep Kyle Rudolph because his catching and all that, I don't know what the tight end position values the most, but he looks like a beast for that aspect. So I don't know. I think I want to rock with Rudolph unless we get someone else. And then on the defensive side of things, Adoree Jackson could be traded. But, there's a lot of things the team needs. But they don't look that bad for a one-year team, right? Like, there's some aging pieces. But as far as, like, a one-year rebuild type of thing goes, it's actually not the worst team to work with. But they're under an E, so I'm getting the full damn 10 minutes. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but obviously, quarterback is the number one target for us. That's like the have-to go-to position. But I suppose there's nothing else to it but to do it. Gonna give ourselves a 3-second, not head start, but 3 seconds, no time to get this going in. So 10 minutes on the clock. Time starts in 3, 2, 1, and we've already sold. It wouldn't surprise me. So once again, Daniel Jones on the trade block here. Shepard, we can rock if we had to with Galladay and whatnot, so we're gonna just chill for now. Wide receiver, no team. Ooh, the Patriots. You could rock Cam Newton, but I feel like that's a little too cheese. It's almost like trading for Tom Brady. Maybe not as harsh, but I mean it's close, right? Shaq Mason, J.C. Jackson's probably not that good of an overall to make a trade for. Isaiah Wynn's probably going to cost way too much. Do you want these? They're actually not far off. I will say, if we got rid of Wynn, we'd probably get the trade, like, almost immediately. Where the hell is the guy? Trent. Trent's probably a little bit better, but he obviously costs a little bit more. The whole offensive line we're going to take from the Patriots, which, I mean, you can call it cheesing a little, but I don't know. This team has a unique relationship with the Patriots, and not in a good way where they'd be wanting to help us out here, but we'll take that trade any day of the week. As it's good enough value. O-line is extremely important. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I mean, you could probably just rock with what we have right now if we really wanted to. If we have to, BJ Hill will be the guy. Maybe those wide receivers are a little more important than I thought. But, I mean, it's too late now, isn't it? So let's try to get some value here. Washington. It'd be nice to see 2 greens. The Cardinals. I kind of had an eye on Baker, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get Baker Mayfield, so let's try it. Blake Martinez is expendable. We've wasted 2 minutes already. Are you joking? They don't want any of this, do they? I don't know what first-round picks are worth, so I'd probably rather go to like a better team. I don't even think... Herbert's a lot lower of an over than I thought. Can you get Mahomes? I mean, we're not going to have many opportunities where we're going to have like 3 first-round picks to work with. So if we're ever going to get Mahomes in one of these, this could be the one. They don't want Blake either. I mean, that's how you know things are bad around here. Like, why would they not want Blake? They need middle linebacker still. Left end. I mean, you can't really get Mahomes, it appears. I mean, I don't want to get rid of Galladay here. What about Daniel Jones? I know they don't need a quarterback, but I think the game would value that they need one if we were to trade. Kenny Galladay is not even a green interest. I know they don't need wide receiver, but still take him, thank you. Man, this is bad. I really want Mahomes here, especially how much effort we've put into this. Logan. They don't need a freaking free safety. We've wasted 3 minutes already. That's okay, though. That's okay. Especially if we get Mahomes, it's definitely okay. Which we're not going to get him. We have 3 first-round picks. We could definitely get someone like Dak. Pick 2 overall. Almost enough, probably. Dak Prescott's not a bad name to pull, either. If we can get him, though. Left tackle, center. What, Nate? I'm just going to give him a 3rd-round pick at this point. We've wasted way too much clock to not just even lose value if we have to. Damn, they don't want... Wait, why would they want that less? That doesn't make any sense at all. Pettis? What am I missing here that like we could offer him? Dexter Lawrence, I really don't want to get rid of here, but why not? Come on, just take the damn trade. Thank you. Interdivisional trade, too. I didn't even think about that. My inner, like... I wouldn't even call it clickbait, but, like, my inner get more views just, like, came out there. I didn't even think about the fact that there was interdivisional. Like, that would, you know, tilt some fans one way or another. Corey Linsley. He's a center. That shouldn't be that bad. Oh, Daniel Jones, though. Oh, they don't really actually... Okay, that's interesting. Daniel Jones is, like, not really that tradable. What do we need the most? We could use a linebacker. Could we get Kenneth Murray? Kenneth Murray and Charles Harris is kind of a cheese move, I will admit. At this rate, can we even get Kenneth Murray? I don't want to get too wild because maybe he's worth both. Maybe not, actually. Damn, Kenneth Murray is high as hell for value. Excuse me? Maybe it's not Kenneth Murray. Maybe it's just Daniel Jones isn't worth anything. Oh, yeah, the Cowboys. They could use something. DeMarcus Lawrence would actually be a pretty big win. Okay, I mean, I will take that. That's a good fair trade. So we kind of created value by taking their quarterback. That's definitely something that a professional would do. So now you know that that was a complete accident. O-line's not as good as we thought, or is it just not... We got 3, didn't we? We got Isaiah Wynn. I forgot some of these guys are just low overalls on the Giants. Like, they have names that you could work with. You know, 2 stars that are young, but they're really low overall. We got rid of our starting DT for the quarterback, so BJ Hill would have to move over there. We're not even in that bad of a spot already. But yeah, let's see what else do we have. Logan Ryan's definitely tradable here, even though I didn't put him on the list. Falcons. I don't want Julio. I mean, I want Julio, but I don't want Julio at the same time. Terry McLaurin's a decent overall. We do have first-round picks as well. I kind of get Michael Thomas. Actually, is there a team that is better than that? Diggs, maybe? Pick 11. We still have first-round picks available. I don't know how. I think we probably could have got more than that. Because these picks, I keep undervaluing. Like, EA, like, they love these picks now. They're just, like, they're gagging for them. I think we should go for a god-tier middle linebacker. Can we get someone like Bobby Wagner? He's kind of on the older side, so, yeah, I mean, just draft picks alone might be able to pull this off. 2 fourths and a second. I mean, he's good enough, especially since he's kind of iconic. I'll give him 2 second-round picks for that. That's not bad. We still have a 1 first-round pick, which should probably be used on maybe another pass rusher. We got the interior covered. Oh, we already have it. I know this is a 3-4, but I'll probably move them to a 4-3. It is what it is. We could just put Logan Ryan at corner, but I kind of want to just grab a god-tier corner and just call it a day. Maybe we'll find a team that actually has a god-tier corner that they're willing to get rid of. Green Bay, they don't really want that. Jair is probably too high a value. Go back to the Patriots, get Stephon Gilmore, who's really good. We're over the cap. That is actually a good point. Crapper. That is not something that I expected to be part of the issue. And it's probably because of our cap penalty. Traded off a lot of new guys, didn't we? I mean, Nate Solder is one of those guys, I think. That is unfortunate, because that was not really something that I could expect to become a problem. It's still... Oh, is it the freaking... Well, that sucks. I guess I have to go for a youngster, right? Tre'Davious, did he get paid? He didn't get paid yet in this game. I think he might have gotten in real life, though. Well, that sucks. We just lost a massive amount of time, but that's part of the issue, so... Okay, that seems like they're less interested now. This would be a massive win. Having a corner like Trey White with the guys we already have would be pretty nice. But I don't think we have it anymore. I think we exhausted our options. Lorenzo Carter, I don't think we need him anymore. What can we do to fix the situation here? Logan Ryan? Is that enough? Let's see. Is it enough? 2 minutes left. It's not enough. Oh, God. Kadarius Pettis. What about Booker? Damn it, dude. We're, like, just not there, are we? We could get rid of Adoree in fairness. I really don't want to lose Logan Ryan and Adoree Jackson, though. That should be enough, right? Oh, my. Xavier McKinney and just keep Logan? Really? That is unfortunate. Logan Ryan? That is so bad. Last second, make a play for someone else, I guess. Ward. Oh, did they want... Oh, that's Adoree, though. Okay, so we can at least get Denzel Ward. It's something, right? I think we sold, though. We still have other things we can pull off. Like, we don't need Adoree now. We don't need these guys. Let's get a freaking linebacker again. Wait, who is that? Damn it, they don't have a damn linebacker. That sucks. The one team that really... Saints, do we get crazy with it? Ooh, DeMario, that's a good play. Ram checking DeMario. I mean, this is kind of our last team here, isn't it? So, Gardner Johnson. Let's go Eric McCoy. That could work. Oh, no! No shot. No shot. There's no way. Yes! Okay, so we did leave a little bit on the board, but we made a last-second great play. You're not even going to hear the timer. I just stopped it myself. That was pretty good. If it wasn't for the cap situation, I would love to see where we would have properly landed, but let's move some players around and see what we got. All right, so this could be our best team we've ever built on the surface, and we didn't go for the same names as we normally do. I wish there were some parameters that I could think of to make it where we can't just, choose the same guys every time, because obviously going for Julio Jones, going for Tom Brady, those would be the best moves to go for. The older guys you definitely can get away with, tight end, there's some older names you can go for that would get you there, but we went with some new names. Diggs is new. Dak is new. Some of the O-linemen are similar, but the Patriots just have so many good ones that it's just the fastest way to go about things. I will say, though, we ran out of time with guys like Thomas and McKinney. Could have used that to grab one more edge rusher, but using Ojulari is kind of cool because, he was in the draft class. Same with Kadarius Toney. We do have to move this to a 4-3, which probably makes this team even better because, we wouldn't have a 69 overall starting. Everyone would be good that would be starting, so could even be an 87 overall at this rate. But yeah, would have liked to do a little bit better with the safety position, but, once again, the only thing I really regret is not getting McKinney and Thomas traded off for another pass rusher or edge rusher. And it doesn't raise us, but, we're still good. This is definitely a team you would expect to see the playoffs, but in our Niners one, they missed. And at 12-4, it wasn't a division or a conference win. We weren't the number one team in the conference, unfortunately. Lost that Ravens game, but overall, you can't really blame losing to some of the teams they lost to. So, it's not an easy schedule for us necessarily, but we did pretty damn well with what we had. Dak Prescott, not bad. Good enough, I suppose. Barkley, you would expect a little bit more than the backup. Probably should have traded for a new backup. Devontae Booker is just not good for us here. Diggs, 1,001. I mean, he's not really... What does he really even bring to you in real life? But 15 touchdowns. Definitely good there. Receiving numbers just really weren't that good in general outside of Diggs' touchdowns, I suppose. O-line was okay, considering it's about similar to Madden stuff. And, man, DeMarcus Lawrence, he is a god. I will say, Ojulari... 11 sacks. I don't mind the name. Oh, no, you spell it. EA doesn't allow us to use names, which is unfortunate. How many tackles do we have? 2 guys over 100. Obviously, the 2 you would expect. 4 for Bobby Wagner for picks. Bobby's just a god. He really is. Kicking, not bad, actually. Graham Gano is pretty... He's actually one of my favorite kickers in Sim. As far as yearly awards go, Justin Fields. A little bit of a tie between these two. I wouldn't even say a little bit, a lot of it. In the future, Bears fans probably going to be thanking them because, once again, the Giants could have traded with anyone. It could have been a different team that's even further down. It could have completely evaporated some random team's future instead, which, surely there was a team, right? There had to be another team. I'd imagine the Patriots probably called, but it wasn't good enough, and they were like, screw you. We screwed you in the Super Bowl a couple of times. Time for us to screw you again. As far as our goings, no MVP, unfortunately. As far as, or not even close on the MVP is what I meant to say. As far as the other awards go, we had nothing. Nothing at all, but the team's still in the playoffs, going against the Vikings, and they beat the Vikings. Giants versus the Niners. Niners make the playoffs here without any help from us, and that proves we're just a cancer to everyone, apparently. And, of course, Justin Fields, this would be the perfect thing for them to beat us, and they do. Oh, no. The Bears win the freaking championship game with Justin Fields against the team they traded with to get him. And I don't know if they won it, because I think in the past we have seen that it doesn't necessarily mean left to right is the right one. So let's take a look. And no, it does. Here it does. Let's take a look at the performance here. And the team just did not play well. They just got steamrolled. They just let it happen, which is unfortunate. I wouldn't say steamrolled scoreboard-wise, but offense just could do nothing. Their offense was obviously pretty successful. And speaking of pretty successful, we got the Giants to the championship round. We built potentially the best squad in the league already, or very close to, just off of that trading situation. Diggs is already an X factor. We didn't have a single dev up on offense. Defensively, did we have any dev ups? Demario Davis, who always goes up in dev. Ojulari, I imagine, was only star on this class. Oh, no, I put him as star, actually. Yeah, so he went to superstar. Yeah, there's some aging pieces, but already this team is one of the ones to contend with. Insane. And I will say the Giants, they did some things for themselves in the offseason, especially adding that first-round pick. It really comes down to Daniel Jones. There's not as many, excuses for Daniel Jones. The offensive line wasn't the worst in the world. I know the names were, but they didn't perform like the worst squad. They were kind of like a little below middle of the pack, so you can't really tell what's going to happen there with them. But really, outside of offensive line, Daniel Jones should have no excuses. You really shouldn't. So we'll see what the Giants are like in real life, but I had a blast with this one. And let me know if there's any other names that I'm missing out on that I could cheese. Because there's some names. We haven't had Quentin Nelson in a while, because obviously he's got very good value now in Madden. So I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below who you'd like to see next for a speed rebuild and a regular rebuild. Obviously, we do those as well pretty much every Sunday. I think that's what we're probably going to do, is speed rebuilds on Thursdays and then regular on Sundays, unless we have like a bunch of really good challenge rebuild ideas or whatnot, because otherwise we're just going to run out of teams anyways. Once again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams, which we could have one tonight, and sometimes we do speed rebuilds live over there. Not always, but sometimes. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see